wonderful people. How are you guys doing today? Hope you guys are doing amazing. My name's Bianca. You can call me B, and welcome back to Books with B. So today we're just gonna chill. I just recently had my booster shot, so I'm not feeling the best. So that's why I really wanted to just do an easy video. So today I'm just gonna ask questions. So I asked my Books to Besties to send me in questions so I can answer them here. I think it's such a great way to get to know me as well, since I am very new to the booktube community. So yeah, I don't even know if Q&As are still a thing, but I'm gonna do it because I'm not feeling the best. I'm just gonna scoot over here and put the questions right there. So let's get started. We're going hard on the question. For the first question, it's so funny. So we're gonna get hate already for the first question, but okay. If there was a character you could wipe out from existence, who would it be? I think with Scarlet from Caraval. I'm so sorry, but she's so freaking annoying. She doesn't know how to live. Yeah, okay, Scarlet. So the next question from Nomi at _CatIsEvergreen. Your top 3 characters that you can relate to. So number 1, Loki Laufeyson. I kind of don't want to say why, because it's just a little personal. And number 2, I think it's Percy Jackson, because every time I read any Percy Jackson book and Percy's in it, my thoughts are always just like, yeah, I'll probably do the same. Or all of his jokes are like, yeah, okay, I know they're very corny, but those are the jokes that I make. So, yeah. And he's a little sassy sometimes, and sometimes I kind of get it. And that's, yeah, Percy Jackson. And number 3, I gotta say, it's Spencer from Skyward. Her spunk, her ambition, I just relate to it a lot. So, also, these questions, I just skimmed through them. So this is more of a impromptu kind of video, so I don't have the answers ready. So, yeah. Fave Booktubers and top 3 Marvel characters / films. Okay. Fave Booktubers, I gotta say, the book Leo, Books with Leo, and Books with Chloe. Oh, that was a pattern. But yeah. And I just want to mention Sphinx Reads as well. I love his content. He does so great with adult fantasy, and he's Filipino, so you should check him out because he's amazing. Next. Oh, also, I forgot. Top 3 favorite Marvel characters and films. Number 1, Loki. Number 2, Ant-Man. And number 3, I can't pick between Thor and Bucky, so I would just have to say Thor and Bucky on that. Yeah. And top 3 films, Infinity War, Thor Ragnarok, and Spider-Man No Way Home. But I do want to mention honorable mentions of Shang-Chi and Black Panther, because I love them so much. I think I've watched Black Panther so many times in cinemas. I love them. I cannot not mention them. I love that there's like Marvel questions. It's like, yes, Marvel right now is my whole personality, just so you know. Question from Lane. Name top 3 book boyfriends and explain why. I love that she puts explain why. Number 1, Enjolras from Les Miserables. Because I love the fact that he craves for justice for his country, and he knows what's best for his country, and he will fight till the death for his country. And I love that. Can I say a comic book one? I would say Bucky. I mean, I love MCU Bucky. I haven't really read comic book Bucky, but I would still say Bucky. Because he's my number 1 fictional crush at the moment. And number 3, who's my number 3? I don't know. Can it be Book Girlfriend? Because I love Helene Akela, the Blood Shrike from An Ember in the Ashes. Because she's so strong, physically and mentally. If whatever happened to her happened to me, I don't know what I would do. I would just break down and, die. She's like the strongest character I've ever read, and yeah, I love her. So, question from Mika. What's a fictional world you'd love to live in? This is gonna be a little controversial, guys. I would still pick the castle from the series we don't mention. Yeah, it still gives me the nostalgic feeling that I need at times, but I hate the author because she is the worst. Kristen, when did it cross your mind that, I want to make a YouTube channel, and how did you manage or take the courage to do it? Honestly, I've always wanted to have a YouTube channel. I had a YouTube channel way back when I was still like really young, and it didn't go well. It was supposed to be like a lifestyle YouTube, but I ran out of ideas and I became busy all of a sudden and I just forgot about it. So yeah, I've always wanted to have a YouTube channel, only because, again, as I said, from my booktube newbie tag, is I always have this imaginary camera that I talk to, and I'm like, why not just talk to a real camera? You know? And for the courage to do it, honestly, I don't know how to answer that, because I was never really brave. I guess the scariest moment of the booktube thing is when you upload your videos, but when they're out there, it just relieves me, and like, okay, they're out there, what can I do? If they're gonna view it, okay, fun. But if they're not, then okay, whatever. You know what I mean? I don't know what to say. But I guess the courage is the fact that I'm just talking to a camera and not really actually a person, if that makes sense. Like, in real time, I'm not talking to like someone, you know? I don't know what to say. I love this question. If your house is on fire, what is the one book that you will risk your life to save? Again, we're gonna go to the controversial route. I will save the series that we don't talk about anymore, only because I do not want to buy brand new ones when my house gets on fire, because I do not want to give a single penny to this ugly-ass author. But again, if my house was gonna be on fire, I will be so down, and these books I know will pick me up. It will always give me the nostalgic factor that no book will ever give me. So that's just personal. How did you start your Bookstore account, and how many books do you own? I kind of don't want to answer the how many books do I own, because I don't want to count them. They're a lot. But I'm hoping to God that it is less than 100, but I think they're not. So, how did I start my Bookstore account? I just went off a whim, because I have been sharing my feelings about books in my personal Instagram, and no one's actually talking to me about the books that I'm reading in my personal Instagram, so I'm like, maybe I should just post it within a community that will understand my feelings and would actually want my opinion on these books. So that was the day when I was like, maybe I should just make a Bookstagram instead of bombarding my friends with books that they don't really care about. So, book that got you into reading. I have to say, Percy Jackson and Twilight, Hunger Games, you know, that era of young adult books. That's, yeah, them. Also, if you didn't watch my first video, I did mention that Geronimo Stilton is one of the first books that I've read when I was like really, 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 really young. Why are you so pretty? Kristen, stop it. Stop it, because you're the pretty one here. Not me. Stop it. I love you. What are some of your tips when someone wants to start doing photo manipulations? That's fun. So if you didn't know, if you don't follow me in my Bookstagram, I do photos like these, and they're usually called photo manipulations. What can I say? Tips. Number one tip is don't be hard on yourself, because I have been hard on myself within this journey, and I feel like being patient with yourself will always help you in the long run. And take breaks, because creativity doesn't just come out of the whim. You know, if you feel like you're stuck in doing something, just take a break. At least like 30 minutes or an hour. If you need a day, go ahead. I mean, I have had edits that took 2 days because I needed a break. But if you want to start, I would suggest, I do not study Photoshop. I'm not like a multimedia arts person. I am a self-taught person. So I would say go to YouTube's and study the basics first, because I didn't do that. And it was really hard at first. Also, you don't need Photoshop to do photo manipulations. I started with Pixlr. It's a free website where you can do a little photo manipulation as well. For me, just find your style, and when you have, just go focus on it, and you'll be great at it if you just keep on doing it. Honestly, just keep doing it. Don't stop. Your skill will always just be there, and it will just always evolve if you keep on doing it. So, top 3 tips, I guess. Don't be hard on yourself. Take breaks, and don't give up if you really, really like it. Not a question, but tips for book tabbing. Ooh, this is fun. Okay, so when I started book tabbing, I had no idea what to do. But what I can say right now is do not buy the post-it ones because they are expensive for no reason. Just buy the one next to it, you know? Because they're just as good, and sometimes they're more. So, also, for book tabbing, it's usually personal. I usually assign emotions on each color, but I do reserve at least 2 tabs for world building and new characters. But then the other ones are just for, emotions. Because, book tabbing is just personal for yourself. Because for me, with books, what I love about is what emotion they give me. So I do just assign each tab for each emotion. But yeah, I think the best tip for tabbing is just have fun. Because if you think it's gonna be a chore, then don't tab. Because honestly, reading is just for fun. And book tabbing is honestly just a way of remembering things that you just really want to remember. I think that's it. I think that's what I want to say. And yeah, just buy the cheap ones. Don't worry, they're still quality. Which books got you through any reading slumps? I have this one, To Kill a Kingdom, because it's so good. It's a Little Mermaid retelling. It's one of the best books that I read that really, really, really got me out of a reading slump. So yeah. Also, I would just suggest whatever your favorite book is, just reread it. Or whatever your most anticipated read is, just go ahead and grab it. Because, yeah, it's gonna get rid of your reading slump really quick. Also, romance books. Quick, short, cute romance books. I bet they're gonna get rid of your reading slump. 100%. Talia Hibbert's Brown Sisters trilogy, any of those 3, 100%, they're gonna get you out of a reading slump. Do you rather read new books or secondhand books? I love them both. With new books, I usually have my anticipated reads. I buy them brand new. But with books that I think I can manage not being new, I just have it pre-loved. I think half of my bookshelves are actually pre-loved. I love pre-loved books just because it gives them character. I love the fact that they were loved by someone else and now they're loved by me. So I love them. What's an underrated book and Marvel movie? Underrated book. Ooh, yeah, okay. The Infinite Noise by Lauren Shippen. I do not know if anyone knows about this book. I do not hear anyone talking about this book because this book is so good. So it's about an empath that senses every emotion through colors. And it's so good. It has a great talk about mental health too. And it's queer too. So if you want to read about that, it's really good. I really, really, really recommend it. Infinite Noise by Lauren Shippen. Underrated Marvel movie. I'm bitter about this one. So it's, for me, it's Captain America and the First Avenger. I love this movie so much. This would be part of my top 10, 100%, because I cry in this movie every time I rewatch it. And I don't hear anyone fangirling about it as much as I am. It's like, why? It's so good. It's so good. I'm sorry. That got me crazy. But yeah, Captain America and the First Avenger. I love this movie with all my heart. I wish a lot of people love this movie as well. But I don't think anyone hates it. I don't know a lot of people that love it as much as I do. When did you get into editing? I don't know. I think I started really studying photo manipulations when the pandemic started, only because I was bored. Plus, I wanted to insert myself in the stories of the books that I'm reading. So at the time, I wanted to be in Camp Half-Blood. So I think one of my first edits was this one, and it's really ugly. That's not the best. See, like you see the progress that you make if you keep on doing it every day or at least often. I think that got me into editing, the fact that I just want to be in these fictional worlds and try to make it as real as I can by photo manipulation. So for the last question, underrated book opinions. Number 1, I don't mind to have broken spines in my books. I don't mind if they don't look the best. I think that gives them character. And number 2, Pride and Prejudice isn't the best classic that there is. I'm sorry. Jane Austen fans, I am so sorry. Don't hate me. But Pride and Prejudice is just okay. I'm sorry. And number 3, Dune. It's such a boring book. Even the movie was boring. I can't with them. I don't need a book that I have to read halfway just for it to be interesting. I mean, a book can be interesting from the start, right? It's unfair to say it because I haven't really finished Dune. But the thing is, I can't finish it because first half is just so boring. But I will try. Don't worry, I will try. So my camera is blinking now. I'm so scared. So I'm gonna say a quick goodbye. Thank you so much for everyone who sent questions. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. If you're still here, you're a champ. Have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Mwah! Sorry that this is really quick. It's just the battery is really dying and I'm just really scared. I love you guys. Mwah! Bye!